Breathtaking view of the New York City skyline as taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. And the Nets on a single-game road trip here before heading back home. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And this is the second meeting of 4. And having lost that first one, this one really important. You don't want to dig a hole and allow them to take a mental edge over you.
Yeah, when you face each other a number of times over the course of a year, that becomes its own mini rivalry. So you certainly want to avoid going in an 0-2 hole.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, DA, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. Both teams tonight, Doris, looking to take a measured approach to this game. What should we expect to see in these half-court sets?
Yeah, typically these two coaches want to make sure they're in control of what's transpiring in the half-court. So you'll see that point guard look over to the sideline, maybe get a play call from the head coach, and then try to execute it. But they're certainly seeking out the best matchups, and if that means changing sides of the floor, getting to the third and fourth options, that's exactly what these teams will do.
He'll be the Nets off the tip. And here's Russell, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Nets. Russell and Crabbe are in the backcourt together. Kenneth Faried is out there with DeMarre Carroll. And it's Davis in at the 5 down low. New York with the ball. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. 6 to shoot. Carroll kicks to Russell. And he's good on the 3-ball. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it's important that D'Angelo Russell keep making shots from deep. This is an aspect of his game he's starting to sharpen.
Here's Ntilikina. Another shot, Hardaway. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Knicks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Hardaway Jr. at the line for 2.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
And guys, it's been a little bit of an interesting journey for Tim Hardaway Jr., right? He gets drafted by the Knicks, traded after 2 seasons, then goes back to New York on a monster free agent deal.
Hardaway hits them both. Well, Doris, when you think about Hardaway's future, sky's the limit if he can stay healthy.
Right, a high-energy guy, gets after it every possession, willing to sacrifice his body, very much the way his dad played. That's the only way he knows how to play.
Now, here is Russell. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And it was a big game for him at the defensive end as well. He never stopped pressuring the basketball, coming up with one steal after another.
And so here is New York, following the 3-pointer by Brooklyn. Cantor with it, picked up by Davis. There's a screen by Cantor. Faried against Porzingis. New York needs to get off a shot. Got a piece of it.
Look at DeMarre Carroll get in space and block the shot. Defense at its best.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Crabbe kicks to Faried. Passes it to Russell. No good on the shot. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. Rebounded by Fareed.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Alan Crabb doing work on the interior, sir. Okay.
And Alan Crabb, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, he uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive on offense. The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot Crab is a handful to deal with.
That's good from Crabb. And now that that final debt Doris has been paid, it must feel like a huge relief for Nets fans to be done with that trade they made with Boston.
Well, you hate to say it, but trading for KG, Pierce, and Terry back in 2013 turned out to be a disaster for the Nets. Probably set the organization back a good 5 years. They must be thrilled to be out from under the weight of that mistake.
Here's Fareed, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Fareed's got his first basket.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Here's Ntilikina. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Knox. Shot clock at 5. Right side Porzingis. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
You know, I like how he's getting involved in the offense. He's picking his spots and making his shot attempts count.
Screen by Fareed. Russell with it. The pass to Kira. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Knicks trail by 6. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Screen by Porzingis. Right wing, wide open. Good as the jump shot falls. Porzingis has got 6 points. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Davis sets a screen. Outside, Russell. 14 feet away, and the shot is long.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Nets leading by 4. Now here's Carey. Out to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Fareed. Russell, no luck.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
Here's Knox, and the shot goes down.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., a better playmaker than maybe people think. This guy very good at breaking the defense down.
Russell passes to Davis. Back to Russell. On the mark with the 15-footer. He has 5.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Ntilikina kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. There's a screen by Kanter. Shot off the pick. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Now here's Porzingis. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Hardaway, no good. Nets leading by 4. Russell kicks to Crabb. Down low. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Kanter. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
There's a physicality and intention to what Enes Kanter does. That's a tough shot.
Pass to Fareed. Back to Russell. Screen by Russell. There's Crabbe with the three. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Now Russell, 5 points in the game. Fareed controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 2.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. returning to New York with a 4-year, $71 million contract that surprised many. He's got to shoot better than he did last season to be worth that kind of money.
Big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Davis. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Damari Carroll. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Allen Crabbe. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. Now here's Burke. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Hardaway, of course, the son of former All-Star point guard Tim Hardaway, who played with the Warriors in the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, Hardaway Jr. much more comfortable, I think, off the ball in terms of spotting up and attacking. Definitely has worked on his ball handling and creating a little bit more of his own offense.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. In the early going here, Doris, we're already seeing a continued trend, putting 5 guys on the floor who can hit the face-up jumper.
Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Nets shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And he makes the first. Well, he was fired by the Grizzlies 19 games into last season, Doris, but Coach David Fizdale with a fresh start now with the Knicks in New York.
Well, you think about in Memphis, he tried to shift from the grit and grind to a more modern NBA style, and I think he encountered some resistance there. With the Knicks, more of a clean slate, a chance to build the culture from the ground up. I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. New York moving the ball around, and the shot is good. Burke's got his first points in this one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Screen by Fareed. Napier with it. He's against Porzingis. Fareed, no good.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Noah, the pass to Porzingis. The rebound by the Nets. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Fareed with the ball. And that one, good. Fareed's third bucket of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Poke loose. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Napier kicks to Dinwiddie. There's a screen. Allen passes to Hollis Jefferson. Excellent use of the screen that time. And now a 6-point Nets lead.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Lasagna, the pass to Porzingis. And here's Burke. Fareed defending. And that one's good. Burke.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to Golden State. The feed now to Allen. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Allen's got his first bucket of the night.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Screen by Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Azania. Kenneth Faried pulls it in. Faried's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 8 points his last outing. Kicks it to Napier. Off the pick. Kept alive. The pass to Dinwiddie. Now Faried. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. They set the pick. And now the Knicks on the break. Now here's Burke. Napier covering. Porzingis kicks to Hazanya. Back to Porzingis. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Porzingis has got 9.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Porzingis. Doesn't go that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line. And a good example there why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Moutier, he's checked in for New York. That free throw good from Allen.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Now here's Faried following the miss by Porzingis. Here's Dinwiddie. Back to Allen. 6 on the shot clock. With the second effort. The rebound by Noah.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Stolen by Allen. Goes up. And it's Allen with the jam.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Now here's Porzingis. Pass to Azania. Noah kicks to Porzingis. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Dominating this quarter. He's been absolutely fantastic shooting the ball, and they still trail.
Here's Napier. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. With 1 on the clock, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back to the action after this word. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good. And right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second chance opportunities.
Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Hazonia. Then there's Noah. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Baker in at the 2 spot. They're the group New York will start the second one. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Knicks trail by 6. Now the pass to Baker. Here's Allen. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Porzingis against Fareed. Shoots off the screen. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. You know, they'll take that every time.
Here's Napier, and he gets it to go. Napier's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the inside, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist for Mudiay. 13 points for Porzingis.
It hasn't mattered the scheme or the defender. Kristaps Porzingis is simply cooking right now.
Napier passes to Allen. Back to Napier. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake. And obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
Good on the second free throw. Knicks trail by 9. Pass to Hardaway. Here's Knox. There's a screen by Canada. Mudiay. And Mudiay throws it down.
A point guard who's got incredible vertical. Emmanuel Mudiay, no doubt on the dunk.
Russell kicks to Davis. Back to Russell. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
He had a nice open look right there. Knox has got 6.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
There's a good screen. Allen dishes to Russell. He kicks to Napier. 6 to shoot. And it's Carroll in the corner. Off target with his 3. Knicks trail by 7. From deep. Hazounia's shot is off. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Pass to Davis. Now here's Napier. He's covered closely, and Russell gets it to go.
Well, it's key that you've got to maintain concentration throughout the game. And D'Angelo Russell, nice job in the catch and shoot.
New York calls timeout.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Hazonia, and a change for the Nets. Krabs checked in. Ntilikina passes to Hardaway. Shoots over Carroll. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Here's Knox. He has 6. To the middle. It's stolen by Davis. Allen right side. And it's Allen with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Now here's Crabbe after Enes Kanter's miss. Davis sets a screen. Russell off the screen. Davis kicks to Russell. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Passes it to Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Crabbe. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Got that one up quick. Moutier's got it back down to single digits for New York.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Mudiay must develop. Can he knock down 3-point shots? He does so there. I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Kicks it to Hardaway. Kanter sets the pick for Hardaway. And there's the pass to Moutier. Here's Ntilikina. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Good on the bucket.
And the poise of D'Angelo Russell, despite the size all around him, that's nice.
Ntilikina passes to Kanter. The dish to Hardaway. And he uses the glass on the layup. Nets leading by 11. And here's Russell. 16 points for him. Davis sets a screen. Carroll passes to Crabbe. That's tipped. Here's Knox. Rebounded by the Nets. Carroll's got his 5th rebound in this one. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. New York calls timeout. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but endorsed not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Here's Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
Here's Hardaway. Following the bucket by the Nets. Drops in the tray.
and they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
56.
Allen with it. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Porzingis, he's checked in for the Knicks. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Here's Russell. He's got 16. Davis sets a screen. Off the screen. Nice jump shot. Good. 18 points for D'Angelo Russell.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Porzingis sets the pick for Burke. And stolen by Russell. Moving it up. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Here's Knox. He has 6. There's the pick. The wide open look here for Porzingis from outside off the mark.
I'll tell you, he's been dry from three-point range in the second quarter after hitting one in the first.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. Ron Baker comes in for Frank Ntilikina. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. Brooklyn leading by 15. Out to the right wing. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Baker with the bucket. Baker's got his first bucket in this one.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Here's Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
Oh, man, how good is he at turning on the Jets and getting to that next level? D'Angelo Russell, fearless, driving on the interior.
Here's Knox. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hezonja's checked in. Hollis Jefferson passes to Russell, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Porzingis kicks to Hezonja. And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I think what I like about Hollis Jefferson is he can contribute just a little bit of everything. This guy's got a tremendous motor.
The Nets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And he can't get the first one. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, a bit unorthodox, Doris, in the way he attacks the hoop.
Right, he doesn't ever, Kevin, seem to go at the rim in a straightforward fashion. This guy is great at stopping and starting and zigzagging his way to the cup.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kenneth Faried's checked in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Napier in for Russell. And the second free throw, good. Knicks trail by 18. Baker kicks to Porzingis, stolen by Faried. Inside, Hollis Jefferson tries again. Goes up again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
And Kenneth Faried, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But, Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
That free throw good from Kenneth Faried. Both free throws good from Fareed. Doris, you were the first female commentator to ever call a Knicks game on radio or television, and I imagine you remember that first broadcast very well.
I sure do, Kevin. It was against the Bucks. I filled in for the great Clyde Frazier, and the Knicks had just made it to the finals the year before, so it was exciting on a number of levels.
It's the Nets now, following the miss by Porzingis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. To stop the run, Burke can't get it to go.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Stolen by Noah. And now, here's Hazonia. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Noah the screen. And now, here's Hazonia. He's covered closely. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. They set the pick. Dinwiddie kicks to Napier. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Napier's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Dinwiddie. Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Hollis Jefferson's got 9.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Knocked away and stolen by Napier. And stolen by Burke. It's Hazonia in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Hazonia's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
D'Angelo Russell getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joe, what up?
Welcome back to New York City. Some street art on the wall of the Canal Street subway station in Soho, south of Houston, just down the way from us. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Knicks trail by 21, and Brooklyn looking who they've got. Crab teams with Carroll on the perimeter. Davis is out there with Kenneth Fareed, and it's Russell in at the guard position. One big problem for the Knicks last season, Doris, the offense was okay, but the defense let them down.
Right, and the one area that was a strength was shot blocking. But a good defense requires far more than that. It requires quickness. It requires on-point rotations. Their defensive rating ended up being in the bottom 10 last year, Kevin.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets, one of the younger teams in the league this year and last year. And obviously, with young teams and with the style of play, turnovers are going to be something you've got to contend with along the way.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And along with the turnovers, outside shooting can be a problem for the Nets.
Well, think about it, Kevin. I think there's a fundamental belief in today's NBA that you need to shoot the three to win at a high level. So even though this organization right now doesn't have a ton of lights-out shooters, they are committed to getting that style established in their franchise.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone.
Now here's Carroll. Just 5 to shoot. Fareed setting the pick for Carroll. They get it back. Fareed, no good. Knicks trail by 17. Here's Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Porzingis making his return after ACL surgery last season.
It's just nice to see him back. I mean, you remember that injury just took the wind out of the Knicks and their fans. However, it set their direction as they took a more long-term developmental approach.
Two.
First one falls for him.
How about the day before the draft? Kristaps Porzingis said it was, quote, his dream to play for New York. Said it's a basketball city, big-time spotlight. I can take it. How cool is that, guys?
Both good from the line that time. Indoors, isn't it amazing, talking about Porzingis, that he was actually booed when the Knicks made their selection?
It is, Kev. We know New York's a tough town, tough media, obviously, and if they don't know you, they will challenge you. But I've got to say this, Porzingis has proven the haters wrong.
Russell dishes to Carroll. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
You can see how hard Damari is to guard. I mean, this guy, even with a hand in his face, is able to make tough shots.
It's Carroll on the wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And the Knicks making a change here. Noah's checked in. Here's Russell. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Not how they hope to start the second half, missing 4 of their first 5 here.
Here's Cantor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint. Great hands and the strength to create space.
Two shots.
That's good from Cantor. And you talk about Cantor's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a 3-point shot to his repertoire.
And Cantor drops them both.
Well, to me, guys, you've got to know who you are. And Enes Kanter has a great sense of what he does well. Excellent low post game, superb rebounder, understands how to use his body. I love this guy.
Now here's Fareed. 8 points for him. Crabbe in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And for that matchup with the 76ers, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Kanter's shot is off.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
Tipped away. And they double up Russell. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Knicks trail by 16. Ntilikina kicks to Kanter. Noah the screen. Lobs it up for Kanter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Pass to Fareed. They set the pick. Davis sets a screen. Fareed the pass to Crabbe. That 3 off the mark.
You know, I think the idea is right. Set a screen and try to shield the defender off him, but the pick isn't nearly strong enough.
And it's time for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Porzingis. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Knicks head athletic trainer, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. A really discouraging development for this team at such an early point in the season. We'll see how they respond, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Well, and barring any of those setbacks, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back ahead of the schedule they've laid out for him.
Now here's Noah. Pass to Ntilikina. Here's the break. Here's Crabbe. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, the mid-range game is starting to flow right now for Alan Crabbe. Doing work, sir.
New York calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Moutier, he's checked in for Kanter. And the Nets also making a change. Allen's checked in for Davis. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Allen. Well, you just have to admire the job that this Nets front office has done to improve the roster.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, they have taken on bad contracts in an attempt to gather assets. They have found talents like Spencer Dinwiddie who were passed up by other teams. So even though they didn't have a ton to work with, the team has kept pace with their improvement.
And Allen drops them both.
Gentlemen, if ever there was a market that is aching for a competitive team, it is New York. The last time the Knicks saw the playoffs, 2013. Boy, does that feel like an eternity ago.
Noah. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And thinking back to the Knicks' last postseason appearance, they had some hard-nosed guys on that team.
They sure did. Guys like Tyson Chandler, Kenyon Martin, Jason Kidd. Listen, we know New York's a tough town. Their fans appreciate rooting for those gritty-type players. But in the end, at this point, whatever gets them wins will make them happy.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, this guy is a fierce competitor. Noah has the same drive to win as his father, the great tennis legend Yannick Noah.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Doris, this Brooklyn team, they've been playing more up-tempo the past few seasons.
Well, this is a team that has been amongst the highest-paced teams in the league the last few years. They have a roster that excels, Kevin, in open space. And you have to, as a fan, I think, appreciate the style of play.
Brooklyn with the ball, following the score by New York. Russell sets a screen for Fareed. And it's blocked. Here's Ntilikina. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Knox. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Russell. Pass to Crabbe. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Alan Crabbe, a player who personifies that 3-and-D guy. A great career shooting percentage from deep, and he's always been a very good defender.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And last season, Crabbe taking a lot more threes than normal.
I'll tell you this, he was given the green light and didn't hesitate. This guy took more shots in general because he was a bigger part of the offense. But to me, there's still some room to expand that game.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. Hezonja comes in for Ntilikina. He hits both from the stripe.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A. Here's Dinwiddie, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Carroll dishes to Russell. Allen, a screen on Hardaway. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, think about it, guys. Last year, Spencer Dinwiddie, a little bit of a breakout year, right? Stepped in for the injured D'Angelo Russell and helped the Nets stay competitive, proving to be a big-time scorer.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And Doris Dinwiddie's so good at finding a play to make, even when it seems he has nowhere to go.
Well, that quick first step opens up space to get into the passing lanes. This guy makes a lot of jump passes, but seems to get away with it.
Burke, he's checked in for the Knicks. And then for Brooklyn, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Crabbe. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, to me, it's the size, the strength, and the IQ of Spencer Dinwiddie that's so impressive. This guy is unique at the point guard position.
Here's Knox. Brooklyn with the rebound. Carroll's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Porzingis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And looking now at some numbers for Kristaps Porzingis. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 22 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And on both ends of the floor, he's a guy they look for to take up space inside.
Well, certainly with the rebounding, with the ability to block shots, basically he does all the dirty work, so the other guys can look pretty.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3", can also be a monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
Now here's Porzingis. 19 points in the game. Lets it fly. And the basket by Napier. Napier's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Knicks trail by 15. Burke kicks to Porzingis. Over Allen. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. And stolen by Hezonja. Here's Burke. And that one comes up a bit short. Nets leading by 15. Here's Dinwiddie. And the pass to Carroll. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Carroll's got 12.
Well, the best thing there is how decisive DeMarre Carroll was. He's going to rise and fire as soon as he touches the ball.
Moutier passes to Porzingis. Back to Moutier. Rebound, Brooklyn.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Basket counts. 11 points in the game.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
To the middle. It's deflected. It's stolen by Allen. Releases from 15. That shot off. And New York the other way now. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. 3-on-3. Here's Dinwiddie. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Knicks trail by 20. Porzingis with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Tries again. Carroll dishes to Napier. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Well, smart passing to set up the bucket. Sometimes I don't think DeMarre Carroll gets enough credit for his instincts as a passer.
Now here's Burke. Napier covering, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Knicks.
I'll tell you what, their guards have certainly pulled their weight on the glass, helping the big secure it. It's something that coaches harp on all the time. Team rebounding has certainly been one of the positives here tonight.
Now here's Porzingis. 19 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Over Allen. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 21 in the game.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Here's Napier. And the Nets, another 3.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
A different look for New York. Enes Kanter's checked in for Knox. And it's Baker in for Moutier. And a change for the Nets. Ed Davis is checked in for DeMarre Carroll. Now Burke.
2 minutes.
There's the pick. A floater. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets leading by 23. Unloads from 13. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's tipped. Here's Burke. The baseline jumper goes down. Burke's got 6 points.
Boy, too much of a cushion given to him on that jump shot. That's a big-time no-no.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's the 3. Shot clock at 6. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Screen by Porzingis. Here's Azania, accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Azania's got his 2nd bucket. Nets shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Inside, Hollis Jefferson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. 5th on the list, and it's Cantor.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. He's perfect from the line this time. Knicks trail by 21. Right wing. Here's Porzingis. Excellent D there from Allen.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Dinwiddie kicks to Allen, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, superb awareness, Greg, right? Not allowing them to get comfortable running their offense, being super aggressive.
The Nets making a switch here. Fareed is checked in. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And yes, it's good. Fareed's got 10 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Burke hits them both. 20 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And here's Napier. 14 points for him. To the left side wing. And stolen by Hazonia. 4 seconds left. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Burke is out there with Baker, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Now, here's Napier. Clock at 6. Davis sets a screen. Here's Dinwiddie. It doesn't go for him. So New York will take it the other way.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Here's Napier. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
Burke, the pass to Hezonja. Here's Porzingis. Tries again. He lays it in. Porzingis has got 10 points in just the second half.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And he's back-to-back games like this. He is on a tear, competing with every ounce of energy he's got.
So for the Knicks, Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Mario Hezonja. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Burke. The Nets also changing it up. Crabs checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Shabazz Napier. Russell kicks to Davis. Screen by Fareed. Here's Crabbe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter.
I think if there's one thing that he's proven, it's that Allen Crabbe can shoot the basketball. Now it's his responsibility to keep adding to his game.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation views their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Russell passes to Crabbe. The Nets working the ball around now. Fareed outside. Screened by Russell. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing. Knicks trail by 21. Hardaway with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Here's Russell. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Think about this. In his first season away from the Lakers last year, D'Angelo Russell seemed to be a much more confident player. Looked like the number 2 overall pick we expected coming out in 2015.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Russell. And Russell missing a lot of time before the midway point last year with a knee injury.
Well, I think he knew that he would be called upon to lead the team with his scoring and playmaking ability, and he really stepped up to the challenge. Amazing what a change of scenery can do for a guy.
And so Russell hits them both. You look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. Here's Hardaway. After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, and stolen by Russell. In transition, here come the Nets. There's Hollis Jefferson. Great D that time from Hardaway.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Outside, Russell. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, you know, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. Now here's Crabbe after Enes Kanter's miss. There's the triple. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Another triple. And that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
And stolen by Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hardaway, no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Crabbe kicks to Russell. Back to Crabbe. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. It's stolen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer, and he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls. G League last season experimenting, Doris, with coaches' challenges of certain calls during games. Do you see that perhaps moving over as well to the NBA?
Kevin, my understanding on this is that across NBA ownership, there is real momentum to allow for a coach's challenge. And I think it's commonplace to see teams argue a call. When it's all said and done, we want to get things correct. And so maybe you see this happen in the G League. And what's the carryover to the NBA? I don't know, but I can tell you unequivocally, ownership wants to see a coach's challenge in the NBA at some point.
And I think, Doris, anytime you can make those coaches do more, put more on the line, just adds to the intrigue of the game.
No question.
13 feet away. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Davis kicks to Russell. Passes it to LeVert. And the Nets miss again. New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Noah's shot is off. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Dudley's shot is good.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
There's a good screen. Noah the screen. And Thomas has it in the corner. Hardaway from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Moutier kicks it to Noah. Vonleh at the elbow. Noah the screen. Hardaway for three. It's hauled in by Harris.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
There's the pass to Vonleh. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. I think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect.
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game. They got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
It's the Nets now, following the miss by Emmanuel Moutier from deep.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside Hardaway. Feeds it to Noah. And Davis sends it back. It's rebounded by New York. Hardaway has got his third rebound on the night. To the inside. Here's Vonleh. Looking to end the drought. Brooklyn with the rebound.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. Karis LeVert, a player who executives knew had potential, Doris, but they were scared away on draft day.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, the 3 foot surgeries early in the career had a toll on that. But let's remember, the Nets took a chance, and he has more than shown with the ceiling he has what a good decision that was.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
Moutier, no good.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Thomas, no luck. And for Brooklyn, their shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Napier dishes to Harris. They set the screen. Napier passes to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Picked off in midair. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Vonleh. It's deflected. And stolen by Vonleh. Noah kicks to Baker. Now here's Moutier. Guarded closely. Off the pick. No good. Net shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Now here's Napier, defended by Moutier. Napier with it. Dishes it to Harris. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. Vonleh with the rebound. New York shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for D'Angelo Russell.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
Here's Moutier after the basket by Brooklyn. Thomas passes to Noah. Thomas kicks it to Noah. Here's Baker. Shoots a 3. Outside for Thomas. Knocks down the 3 ball.
But, Kevin, no longer can you disrespect Thomas's ability to shoot the ball. Lance has really worked on that.
Now, here's Napier. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.